Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video, I want to talk about people getting their channels taken down for violating terms of service or whatever it's called. They get their channels terminated. Channel or channels. I'm not sure about if it's plural or not, but I've heard of at least 3 lately. Well, actually, I've heard of several lately that have happened over more recent times. And yeah, that's kind of surprising. Really is, because I've been on myself making videos for years, and I haven't heard that for a long time. I did not hear that at all about anybody, that happening to anybody, so it's surprising. But it makes me think about something. I've thought about this in the past, thinking about it again, and that is, some people, they're just so bad that the things that they do are really bad, things that they do on video, live stream or just regular video, and they know it's wrong. Here's the kicker: they know that they shouldn't do that, but they do it anyway. As though, what is the word? There were 2 words that begin with an O, and I always get them mixed up, so I probably shouldn't say it. But they believe that they are beyond anything bad happening to them, because apparently they feel like they're so superior that nothing bad in this sense, as far as getting their channel taken down, that they're above all that, because they're apparently think they're so great, they're so superior, they're so fascinating, they're so wonderful, they make a lot of money, for the service, they, whatever. I mean, and I have been online off and on for many years, since 1990. Anything you think of as social media platform, but a little bit of stuff before that, you might consider that. But yeah, I've seen it, but it's like, really? And then, in the past, it was more like they disappeared and that was it. Their channels were, channels or whatever it was, they were taken down. I remember the first one I ever heard of was so many years ago. I don't even remember how many years ago. And it was their own platform, their own website. And it wasn't so much as that it was taken down, is that they were doing things and saying things they really shouldn't have. And somebody they worked with found out about it, and they went away because it was causing problems at their job. So, but then, some since then. But anyway, I do videos about people with, basically you could call them toxic people, or, people that have their behaviors, not diagnosing anybody, but, behaviors that are narcissistic, histrionic, borderline, antisocial, the cluster Bs, the DSM, and, and their arrogance. They're just plain arrogant people. Just, like I just said, they believe that they're above it all, and sometimes that's fed to them. Like they have a platform, whatever platform it is that they use, whatever they use, and people are always giving them compliments at how wonderful they are. And it builds up their ego, and they may have already had a very big ego, but that just builds on top of it, more and more and more. So at some point they believe they're high up a pedestal, and nothing ever is going to happen. Nobody would dare to. And then it happens. They come back with all this bravado. Oh, I'll do something more on something else, and I'll succeed, and I'll be wonderful, and everybody will come there and find me. One of the things I've learned in all these years, like I said, 1990 at least, is that that people don't want to change. Not everybody, of course. None of this is everybody. But if they see you on one kind of social media platform, if you think they're going to follow you, I've never, ever, ever heard of anybody doing that. On a big scale, they lost a lot, if anybody followed them at all. And I've heard lots of people complain you know, that, I mean, not complain, but to state that people will follow them, and they don't, you know, so they don't, period. So, and then some, you know, people come back, you know, maybe they just got tired of that one and they said, that's it. You know, I'm going to go to some other one, and then they wind up coming right back because the people don't follow them. Okay. And that basically goes along with other things that I could say. Like if you have a, whatever it is, you know, like something you write. I don't want to use any particular social media platform, but whether it's, I've known some that are local, you know, like that town or that county or the big town in that county, and they have their own, and you know, some people think, okay, they get on that, and then they can have people that follow them off of it, and things like that. It just doesn't always work, like I just said, you know, that they, you know, or people try to advertise for their, they advertise for whatever else is off that. It's on something else, say something bigger, you know, something that may be worldwide, you know, social media platform. So they want to advertise their whatever they have on whichever one, on a totally different one. And the people that are on that totally different one, they're not there to see that, you know. And believe me, I know how that goes. But they might, you know, like subscribe to that, to your whatever it is, and then they just say, I'm on here, I want to look at this. You see, they're on there for one, and then you expect them to go to number two. I'm not going to say number two. They expect you to go to two. You know, they're on for A, and then you want them to go to B to look at this. You know, it just doesn't. My experience. I'm not saying it would be yours. It's just my experience. I don't know. I don't have any statistics on it to say whether that would be what most people would experience or anything like that. I do not have anything. But my experiences, and since 1990. Yeah, so, you know, depending on what it was, people get used to what they have, and trying to learn a different one, how it works, and what it, you know, what are the ins and outs, and how do you do this and that. You know, if like I say, I know myself, like I'm not on many. And like some people talk about, I'm on this one, and I'm on that one, and that one. You know, I might have an account, you know, and whatever, and whatever, and whatever. One of them I don't at all, one of the big ones. Or might have it, I don't remember, you know. But it's like, I don't get on those. Okay? I don't even know how, one of them I've probably had for years. I don't know how it all works. And it's just not in me to sit there and figure it out. You know, I usually have one, and then that's it. That's what I'm going to use, which is not really a good idea. And so I am considering using a different one, which I probably had since it started up. Many of these I probably had since they started up, and just didn't use them. And I write my, you know, my account in password on index cards and keep them in an index file. So if I go and look, I could probably find them. You know? But it's just not my thing to do, to be that split up. Now I have different accounts on one platform. Now that's, or two, you know, that's okay. That's my norm. But to go to have each one of those, oh, I'm going to go to this one today, tomorrow, this one right now, and this one right after it. You know, there's just so much can boggle the mind to go through each app or each whatever per day, every few minutes. Some people see what's going on there, see what's going on there. So it's just not for me. But it might be for other people. Actually, I shouldn't say it might be. Yeah, it is for some other people. Pardon all the noise, man. It amplifies every noise I make, too. But, yeah. So anyway, you know, I wanted to mention this other thing, too. Is like, okay, there are these really bad people. Okay, these people that you know that, ooh, they just disgust you, what they do, what they say. You know, some of it is just so much of really negative. Not negative. It's like misinformation. Like they put out stuff that is just all, I don't even want to use that term, you know. It's all BS. Let's just say BS. And they put it out there and they want people to believe it. And some do. Some fall right into that. You know, I've done plenty of videos about that. They will just fall. And they would just believe it, these people. And it's all lies. It's all untruths. And, you know, and you see that quite a bit. And you really wish that they would lose it. Even though you say, no, I don't want, you know, you're not one yourself to go and report them for what they're saying. But you think, you know, they shouldn't be on this, whatever platform it is. Because look at what they're doing. You know, there should be, you know, I remember when I first started off, and there needs to be people who are monitoring this stuff. And there was, back in the day, you know, they had plenty of things that where people were being, people monitored pretty much everything that went on. I mean, I'm back in the day, and, you know, in 1990s, I was one of those people who were connecting our computers through Telnet from, like, my house to somebody else's, and that somebody else's I didn't even know. We're going through Telnet to do it so people can get on other people's computers and, you know, do whatever it was. You know, that was our kind of social media. That was before the World Wide Web was anything, if it was even considered then, a World Wide Web, you know. But I was one of those, and, you know, so I go back that far. I go way back to the beginning. And anyway, I just got distracted. Okay, now where was I with everything? Got distracted again. But anyway, but you know, like, you really want these people to be off of that. You know, you don't want them there anymore. They shouldn't be on that, but you're not going to do anything about it. And quite often, usually that, you know, something happens and their accounts are deleted, whatever. They're terminated, whatever. And then there are times when that doesn't happen. And a lot of people throw up, you know, their thoughts on it about money and everything. It's all about the money. They're making them good money, which some people, they believe that they're that high up, they're high on that pedestal, that they're not going to dare to take away their money, you know. Their little cut they're getting from it, you see. So they're not going to they think that way. They think that they won't get terminated because they're making so much money for the platform, you know, and then they find out that that's not true. I mean, it's true, may be true that they're making some money, but they have so many people making them so much money. One or two here and there, that's not going to matter that too much to them. I mean, that's another thing people will throw out, but is it true? You don't know. Okay, you're not sitting behind you know, in the room when it's all being discussed. But anyway, you say you really want somebody because they're really bad and they really need to be off that platform and they need all that. And then, you know, something happens and they mention they might get terminated. You know, their channel might, you know, channel or their whatever platform, whatever it is, website even. And you start to say, how would it be without having them there? You know, see? Because in some instances, people may get, you know, addicted to the drama, addicted to seeing something that's so bad even, that it helps them for some, it's all different for people. You know, for some, it's like, this is what I don't want to be. This is what I want to warn my children about. This is what a person shouldn't do, and we need to tell people about. There are people out there who do this, you see. And for some, they're just addicted to the drama, and there are all different other things that some of them could be. You know, some of them may be sitting around waiting for that day to happen, and are really, truly glad that it did. Finally happened. You know. But at the same time, I mean, I do get what it feels like. Say, okay, they're gone, and now you're not going to know anything about them. You know, to be happy, not really happy either. For me, I feel empathy, and I feel a lot of empathy. I feel, you know, how a person, you know, who's done that and got so arrogant and so, you know, so sure of themselves and all that, And then when they're knocked down, you know, knocked all the way down, whatever was terminated. And I feel that empathy of what they must feel, you know, and then to say to themselves, but would they even say to themselves, boy, I really screwed up. You know, that whole thing. Somebody like me would say that. Somebody like me wouldn't do all those weird things that these people I have in my mind would have done. I wouldn't do that. So I wouldn't have to say that. You see what I'm saying? You know, some of them have done some stuff. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable what they would say to people. And just they did. And it's just stuff that is, no, you don't. And no matter where, you don't. And, but still there's that feeling, you know, once they're whatever they're on, their channel, their group, their whatever, forum, you know, message board, whatever, it's gone, you know, they're gone. They can't come back. It's that feeling of, it's strange because that person was kind of, sort of in your life, at least your online life. It's all life. And now they're just poof, gone. That's the part that's also there, is that they're poof, they're gone. And then you wonder, how are they feeling? How are they doing? Are they getting the help that they need? You know what I'm saying? Or did they learn their lesson? But these days, so many people are on so many, like I said earlier, you could probably find them. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go in and eat, and I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.